Hi everybody, my name is Caden.
I'm Eli.
I'm Jaden, and we are Who on the Torah YouTube channel, and this is Youth for YAH.
We are going over Proverbs, and this is not just for youth anymore. It seems as if we get a lot of adults, a lot of people around. So this is more like a community for y'all, or something to that degree. So we welcome you all here. Everyone needs wisdom. We always say that. We always, in every episode we do, everyone always needs wisdom. We thank you guys for joining us. We thank you guys for spending a little bit of time extra out of your evening or morning, wherever you're at. Here it's evening for us. We thank you guys for joining us in the word of our Creator and the word of our Elohim, to find out what He has on our heart, what He's put on our hearts to say to you guys, what we are reading, what we are learning from the Torah, what we're learning from Proverbs. And we are going to begin. We are now in Proverbs 16, which means we're a little bit over halfway through Proverbs, which is crazy to think how far we've already come along with this series and all the people that have come here. If you have any prayers, we would appreciate if you would put them down in the comments, especially if it's something that you guys feel is urgent that needs to be lifted up to Yah. We're always write down people's names. We always pray for these people. And if you have something that needs to be prayed for, please let us know. For the Telegram group, we have renamed it to Yahuwah and the Torah. So if anybody wants to join, it's not just for youth anymore. It's for everyone. Have a community. We do try to keep it family friendly, so there will be no adult-ish talk. We'll keep it to a very modest talk, a righteous talk here in the group. It is not a worldly group. It will be a group for Yah. So that is basically the intro. Now that that's out of the way, Eli, would you take us away to Proverbs 16?
All right.
All right, here we go.
Proverbs 16, verse 1. The preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue, is from Yahuwah.
That's a very powerful verse when you think about it. When you wait, instead of speaking, when someone lashes out at you, instead of you retaliating with another lashing out against that person, when you think about it, when you think about what you need to say, what really needs to be said, the preparation of your heart, when you are attacked, you want to attack. That is the normal human nature. But when you are patient, when you are understanding this person is not in a holy state, the person is in a very hurt state, however they are speaking and they are lashing out in wickedness, that you speak gently to them. You think of how you're going to respond to them. So that's from Yahuwah. That's a wise thing, and that's where part of wisdom is to always wait before you speak. There was always a rule we had when the house was, when you're angry, count to 10. That's what we were told, to count to 10 before you get angry, was to count, because it makes you think clearer. So yeah, in life in general, if you have somebody that angers you, count to 10. It's only 10 seconds, but that 10 seconds will give you time to kind of process instead of lashing back out in anger.
Verse 2. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but Yahuwah weighs the Ruach.
And we talked about this previous weeks, that people see their own ways. They see something right, but it's not Yahuwah's will. It's not what Yahuwah wants. You want to do something, but it could be against Yahuwah's Torah, or it could not be in His will at all. He's trying to get you to go down a different path. But all the ways of a man, when you set out a plan to do something in the day, it might be something that you want to do, but it's not right to Yahuwah. So Yahuwah weighs the spirit.
Verse 3. Commit your works unto El Yahuwah, and your thoughts shall be established.
So, if you put your work to Yahuwah, if you say, this is going to be Yah's plan, I'm going to let Yah control my life and let Him run my life, He's going to give you the plans, He's going to give you the thoughts, He's going to give you what you need to do what His will is. When you say you're going to live in His will and not live unto your own fleshly desires, He is going to form His will through you.
Right, and when you're working, whatever you're doing, if you have a day job, commit it to Yahuwah, do it for Yahuwah, do what you can, try to put all glory to Yahuwah, and your dreams, your thoughts, your things you want to do, He will get them established. If it is His will, it is what He will do. He will bless it. It's what Solomon told us will happen.
Verse 4. Yahuwah has made all things for Himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. The NIV says, Yahuwah works out everything to its proper end, even the wicked for a day of disaster.
So Yah has a plan for everything, and whether it's the evil, He says even the evil He has worked out for a reason. Everything is according to His hand. So if you lose faith in life, remember that Yahuwah has a plan. He is watching over everything. He is the one handling everything. He's dealing with it. He knows what He's doing. He knows the end game. He knows when the end of the world is. He knows when He's going to send His Son back to reign. He knows when He's going to bring the kingdom down. And that's something we have to do, is we have to put our trust in Him. That's what He's trying to say here, is that, and when things go awry, when you have no answers left, Yahuwah does things for planning. He's not just going to leave you stranded in the middle of nowhere. He's going to put you through a test, and He's going to either test you, just test your faith, or he's going to put you in a spot of greater esteem than you were before because you went through that test. When you went through that test, you may not have seen that path you should have taken if you were living the same life you were living every single day throughout your life.
Verse 5. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to Yahuwah. Though hand join hand, he shall not be unpunished.
So if you are someone that is unable to bow down to Yahuwah, someone that is too good, he says that's an abomination to him. When you're too proud, too prideful to overlook yourself, you need to look yourself in the mirror. If you see yourself as a perfect, just person, as unfortunately many Christians do, they see themselves as sinless, they see themselves as perfect beings, and they think that they have grace and they can do what they want, so now it makes them perfect. They can go to heaven because they can do what they want. They can live as evil as they want, they can live as sinful as they want, they can live like the world, and it's all on the cross. It will be okay. That is the pride of people that will blind their eyes. That is the poisoning of the religion, of the indoctrination, and Yahuwah said that's an abomination to him. He's going to deal with it. He is not going to let that person go unpunished. And if you hear any cheeping in the back, we apologize. We still have the baby chickens there. They're growing. They're a couple weeks old now, but they're getting bigger, but we're still gonna hear them for a couple more weeks.
Verse 6. By mercy and truth iniquity is purged, and by the fear of Yahuwah men depart from evil.
So by truth and mercy, iniquity will be purged. That means through truth there will be no evil left. When the truth comes out in the world, the evil will disperse because there's no lies left they can hide under. There's nothing they can hide themselves
and
from.
what is the truth?
The truth is the Torah.
The Torah, that is the truth. We are looking for what is the truth, and the truth is the Torah. It's what people need to find, what people need to understand, because the truth has been hidden. The Torah has been hidden from people. It has been told you don't need to follow it. So people are indoctrinated and been programmed to say that the Torah is too hard, you can't do it, it's impossible, it's something you can't do. But you can do all things. You can do the Torah. The Torah is very simple. It's very easy to understand. There's commands that are not too hard for us. It does not hinder our everyday lives. It makes it better. It probably keeps us safer on an easier path. How we start finding wisdom is we start with the Torah. We start by reading the Word of Yahuwah.
And something, if you are new to this channel and this is your first time hearing this, you have to break the spell. And when I say spell, I mean it. There's a lot of sorcery that goes on throughout the entire world that is hidden from a lot of eyes, especially in the church. They give you this feel-good feeling. They play some music. They play some things. They pass the money plate around. They pass these things around. And you're stuck in a spell. You're stuck in a cult because you think it feels good, but really you are trapped. It is really sucking the life out of you. You're losing your soul by going into these cults, by going into these wicked groups of people that think that Yahusha died on the cross and that we're going to keep hanging him on the cross by our sins, and it's okay because we can do as we want.
And those looking for wisdom, when you find wisdom and you are studying and trying to understand and get wisdom into your life, then you'll understand that when someone says there is no Torah, there is no law, we can do whatever we want, we're free from the Torah, we can eat what we want, we can act how we want, because we have every single day we can repent, mercy, mercy, mercy. You'll know that's not true because the Torah is a judgment. We know we do not break the commands. We know that we should do that, and that's what wisdom will tell us. Wisdom will help us and guide us on this path.
One thing I am going to say, not go too far into it, but there's a guy named Aleister Crowley, and he was basically one of the beginners of the Satanism and the sorceries that
you know of today. One of them, but the beginning of it, has been around forever.
He was a big name, and one of his models was "Do as you will, do what you want," basically.
Right, and that's what people do. That's what the Christians do. They do as they want. They sin, and that's something we shouldn't want to do. We should do as Yahuwah wants us to do. We should do as the Bible commands, as the Torah commands us, because those are the commandments. And the son Yehoshua, he says, "Follow my commandments. Follow the commandments of my Father. Do obey him and follow the will of Yahuwah."
Verse 7. When a man's ways please Yahuwah, he makes even his enemies be at peace with him.
So when you walk in the perfect path, when you walk on righteousness, he says, even I'm going to make your enemies your friends. All the people that hate you will be your friends because they're going to see the Torah. They're going to see the light of Yahuwah in you, and they are going to want to have what you have, and they are going to be your friend. I'm going to make your enemies okay with you, even if you wore that out your entire life. When you make your path straight, when you devote everything to Yahuwah, he's going to change everything in your life around. He is going to fix up your life. He is going to give you new feeling that you've never had. It's a feeling of security for your soul, that your soul is on the right path.
Right, and there's blessing and cursing. We just went over not too long ago in Leviticus 20, chapter 26. It tells you about the blessings you can have and the curses you will have if you do not follow the law. So you guys don't know what the blessing and cursing are, check out our video on Leviticus 26. We went through it, and you can understand all the blessings and cursings of that.
Verse 8. Better's a little with righteousness than great revenues without right.
And then we talked about this a few weeks ago, or last week maybe even. And it talks about how it is better to have nothing at all and be holy, be a righteous person, someone following Torah, someone obeying Yahuwah. It's better to have nothing at all and obey Yahuwah than it is to be rich, to have food on our table and not following Torah, be evil, disobeying our Creator. It is better to be with Yahuwah with nothing than it is to be with the devil and have everything.
Because like we said before, that it is better to have your soul and have nothing than lose your soul and have all the wealth in the world.
Right, when you are serving the devil and you're breaking the commandments, then you have nothing, you have everything, but you don't have what's important is your soul and a connection with your Creator. You don't have a relationship with your Creator.
Verse 9. A man's heart divides his way, but Yahuwah directs his steps.
So, a man's heart plans his ways. What does that mean, a man's heart plans his way? It means he plans out his day. What is he going to do? But Yahuwah will direct the steps. He is going to put you on the path you're going. Something's going to happen, and it's going to either be for better or for worse, and he has a plan for everything. His will be done, and you have to be willing to accept his will, because he is the creator of the cosmos. He knows what's best for us. He's obviously knows what's on our minds, what's on our hearts, on our souls, and he knows how to save us and how to protect us. And if you are following his Torah, if you are walking on that narrow path, he's going to guide your path. He's going to be the little signs on the road that say, turn left here, go right here for your daily life.
Right, Yahuwah will guide you. If you are walking on a path and you're following Torah, Yahuwah will guide you. He will make sure you are on the right path. Because when you start following the right path, you'll know that I feel this is wrong. I know I'm following off the path. I know I'm wrong with the Creator. I need to get back on that path. I need to get on that straight, narrow path. And Yahuwah talked about that straight, narrow path, how it's hard, it's done, and many fall off. As you can see, there's not many people that follow Torah. There's not a lot of people that follow the right way. You have people, they say they claim they do it, but then they add other things to it, like the Talmud or the Jews. They added many other things to it, and they don't completely follow it. They follow their own kind of doctrine. Or you have other religions that hate the Torah. They hate that. And it's not the straight, narrow path Yahushua talks about, because there are many called, but few are chosen. And everybody will get a chance to hear the word at least once. And so you got to make that decision whether you want to follow it or not. Sorry about the chicken in the background. He's cheap right now.
Verse 10. A divine sentence is in the lips of the king. His mouth transgresses not in judgment.
So when you have a king that speaks, it's going to be righteousness, because he was set upon the throne to do righteousness. He was taught to read the Torah and to write the Torah. That was literally a king's goal. So back in the day, if someone was supposed to rule over the house of Yasharel or be the king over Yasharel, they were supposed to write the Torah daily and complete the Torah and keep writing it and repeating it in their house. So they knew the Torah, so they knew what they were ruling over. They knew what they had a commandment over and what they could do, because that was the way they would judge the rest of the kingdom, was with right ruling. And if they did not know right ruling, what would they be doing? Oh, someone stole from me. It would be like, oh, whoops, sorry. Okay, this person's over. He needs to repay 4 times this amount, or whatever it was, 7 times, whatever it was, the amount of the thing that was decided upon. That's what he had to do, and that's what the king knew to do, and that's why when he speaks, there's only going to be the Torah coming out of his mouth, because that's what he's doing consistently. That was his job as the king. No one else's. He could have sent men out to go to war, but he had to really study the Torah.
Verse 11. A just weight and balance are Yahuwah's. All the weights of a bag are his work.
So Yahuwah loves just weight. Talked about in the Torah, how he likes fair and right relations. He doesn't like people getting ripped off. He doesn't like people getting stolen from. Because when you say that you're selling someone a bag of potatoes and it's £1, and you tell them it's worth £1.50, then you are stealing from them. It's not right weights and measures. And so Yahuwah, those are Yahuwah. Yahuwah loves the good weights. The good weights all belong to Yahuwah. Righteousness belongs to Yahuwah. Holiness belongs to Yahuwah.
Verse 12. It is an abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established by righteousness.
So a king that does not follow the Torah is an abomination. Someone who is committing sin, it is an abomination to Yahuwah. He hates the kings that are doing sin, because they are supposed to be following the Torah. But when they do righteousness, it is good. Yahuwah loves when they do righteousness, but he hates when kings do abomination, because they can lead their whole country, their whole nation, whatever they're ruling over, astray.
Verse 13. Righteous lips are the delight of kings, and they love him that speaks right.
So when a king speaks the Torah, he's going to have love. There's going to be people that receive that, because these people are all supposed to be in the Torah. And now if someone today, say the President of the United States, were to come out with the Torah, the people wouldn't understand what he said. If he said that pork should not be eaten, that he said do not drink the blood, people would be furious with him because they are indoctrinated against the Torah. And that was why Yahuwah told his kings that were ruling to write the Torah and read the Torah, write a copy of their scroll, so that their kingdom would be Torah based, so that all the people would be in unison in the Torah. And that's why it was so important.
Verse 14. The wrath of a king is as messengers of death, but a wise man will pacify it.
So a king that is very angry, because once a king is angry, they can command something and it will be done. You might be able to wipe out a whole village, part of your nation, another nation, because you're angry. But a wise man will appease it, and a wise man will stop him from doing that. Like, hey man, you shouldn't do that. Think about your actions here. This is not the right thing. Maybe we should counsel Yahuwah first. And we look at this with Rehoboam, the son of Solomon. He had wise men, and this guy came back to him. He goes, forgive him, let him go. And then he went to a bunch of his evil buddies, which were fools. They were a pile of fools. And they told him to kill a man, slaughter him, do evil to him, and do all these wicked things to him. And he went with the way of the fools instead of the wise men, the counsel. He had wrong counsel. And so that's why in a king's counsel, you want wise men. But as he hit the king's wrath, he listened to fools instead of wise men, so he had bad counsel. So that is why things ended up very bad. And Yashrael got cursed because of his actions and his son's actions, because he didn't follow Torah, then his son didn't follow Torah because he didn't teach it, because it all goes back to Solomon, how he went with other women, and they were all they're all worshiping other entities, other Elohim.
Verse 15. In the light of the king's countenance is life, and his favor is a cloud of the latter rain.
So when mine says, and I'm reading out how the Scripture goes, in the light of the sovereign's face is life, and his delight is like a cloud in latter rain. When you see the sovereign's face, and he was supposed to be glowing with the Torah and the Ruach of Elohim, it was going to be like light. His countenance, how he was going to be like rain, which they considered a blessing. So he was going to be considered a blessing just the way he was, just the way his countenance was, just the way his standing was, the way his body language was. He was going to be a blessing. He was going to be filled with the Ruach of Elohim and the Torah.
Verse 16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver?
And we've talked about this before. It was obvious, honestly, in the beginning of the entire Proverbs, it talks about how you need to seek out wisdom more than gold, because the wisdom is going to save your life. Gold is not going to save your life. Wisdom is going to keep your soul, and your soul is the most important thing you could ever keep, no matter what it is, no matter what the moment is, no matter the heat of the moment. It is never worth losing your soul. There is never anything that is worth losing your soul for.
Right, and then Yehoshua says, store up your treasures in heaven and not on earth, where moth and rust destroy, because your riches will go away here on earth. So you're supposed to better to have your soul and save up riches in heaven and have your soul than it is to die and have riches on this earth, because it's better to have wisdom and to save your soul and know what wisdom is, so it keeps you on the right path, than not to have wisdom and to be a fool.
Verse 17. The highway of the Yasharim is to depart from evil. He that keeps his way guards his soul. The Yasharim, it means upright.
Yasharim. So the highway of the Yasharim is to leave from evil, because when you are, a highway is something that is quick. It is going to be a quick road, and when you are righteous, you are going to quickly leave from evil. When you see something evil, you are going to know that you should not partake in this, and you will depart immediately. You will depart from the wide road of destruction. You are going to go back to your narrow road of life.
Verse 18. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty ruach before a fall. And ruach means spirit.
So before destruction is pride. When you are prideful, will be destroyed in many ways, through humblings or through evil, through the evil blessings through the evil curses of Yahuwah. When you are too prideful to honor Him, to listen to what He says, even though you've heard it, if you're too prideful, He will destroy you. There's curses that go out. There was hundreds of different curses that went out from Yahuwah that we read in Leviticus. And if you have a haughty spirit, a spirit of wrath, a spirit of quick temperness, it is a very evil thing in the sight of Yahuwah. He says it's going to destroy you.
Judah, thank you for joining us. Shalom as well.
Verse 19. Better it is to be of a humble ruach with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud.
So it's better, like we talked about before, it's better to have nothing and keep your soul. So it's better to be humble and keep your spirit intact than to lose your soul by gaining riches with evil people.
Verse 20. He that handles a matter wisely shall find good, and whoso trusts in Yahuwah, happy is he.
So it says you're wise, you can handle a matter right. If you have a problem and you handle it the right way and everyone walks away happy, then you did it right. You handled the matter very wisely. And if you put your trust in Elohim, you'll be very happy because you'll know you are protected. Yahuwah guides his people. He protects his children. You'll be very happy to know your creator is watching over you. The most powerful person in the whole universe is protecting you, and you'll be very happy.
And it just doesn't, he's not just saying random things here where he says, if you handle a matter wisely, you are blessed, and then trust in Yahuwah. No, he says, you should trust in Yahuwah to handling your matter, because that is going to be wisdom. Yahuwah is going to give you the wisdom to deal with the matter. If there's something important, and there's someone that in need, and you need wisdom, you just need to ask for Yah. He says he's going to give his children the wisdom if you ask for it. If you ask something in Yahushua's name, he will give it to you. It will be according to the will of our Father, and he will give it to you if you ask it in his name.
Verse 21. The wise in heart shall be called prudent, and the sweetness of the lips increases learning.
So, if the wise in heart will be prudent. What does prudent mean? What was the definition of prudent, Eli?
In the NIV it says discerning.
So those who are discerning, the wise in heart will be discerning. They will be understanding of the Torah. They will be very fervent or perseverant in learning the Torah. That is what the wise in heart will be doing, and they will be consistently looking to learn and to understand what the Torah is. Verse
22. Understanding is a wellspring of life unto him that has it, but the instruction of fools is folly.
So when you have understanding, when you have understanding of the Torah, when you have understanding of the Bible, when you have understanding in life, it's like a wellspring of life. You continue on learning because you understand. You're not stuck in a stumbling block. And it says when you have instruction of fools, when you listen to people that are not in the Torah, when you listen to people that are telling you things of wickedness, it's folly. It's not going to do you any good. It's going to lead you closer to destruction. That is something you need to depart from immediately.
Verse 23. The heart of the wise teaches his mouth, and adds learning to his lips.
So if you give discretion to your mouth, what does that mean? That means you give slow speech. That means you speak from the Torah. You speak from the Bible. You are versed in the situations you need to be in because you have read the Torah and you know how to deal with people of anger. You know how to treat people with love. You know how to treat people with kindness because you have the Torah. That's what it means to speak words with wisdom.
Verse 24. Verse 24. Pleasant words are as a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and health to the bones.
So that's a very important thing because someone could be broken in life. Someone could need to hear that they are loved, that there is Yahuwah, that Yahuwah loves them, and that there's a better way for them, that there's salvation, that someone died to save them, to save their souls. And that could be what someone needs to hear, especially in a dark moment. And that's why he says it so many times throughout Proverbs that it's pleasant to hear a sweet word in its time. It feels like honey to the bones, and I don't know what honey to the bones feels like, but I assume it's something probably a good feeling to have honey to the bones. It is sweetness. Honey is smooth. It is sweet. It is easily swallowed, and that's something people need. Is something that's easily swallowed that they can take and learn from. That they can feel the love. They can feel the sweetness of Elohim.
Verse 25. There is a way that seems right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
So there we go. Again, the ways of a man seem right. See, a man thinks it will go on his own path, but he'll end up in death because he'll follow the Torah. He thinks something right he is doing, but if you didn't consult Yahuwah, you do something without Yahuwah. And we see how many times in the Bible when a king or someone in Yisrael did not consult Yahuwah, and they ended up getting in trouble because they went out and did it before asking out Yahuwah. Joshua, the son of Nun, not our Messiah, but the one with Moshe. He went and let people into the camp because they were world travelers. They only them. They please our tribe, do not kill us. But they were actually a whole nation, and then they made a pact with them before consulting Yahuwah. And this was a Gentile nation they were to destroy, but they made a pact with them. They made a covenant with them that they wouldn't destroy them, that they could be their slaves. And so because of that, they did not consult Yahuwah. They ended up with a Gentile nation with them within their midst for a very long time.
Verse 26. He that labors for himself, for his mouth craves of him. The NIV says, the appetite of labor works for them. Their hunger drives them on.
So when you are hungry, you will work for yourself. You will be working to bring food. You are working to bring bread to your table.
Yeah, it's a really self-explanatory verse, but when you are working, you're going to work for yourself. Your hunger is going to make you want to work. You're like, I'm going to need food. I'm going to need money to buy the food. I must go work for this, and that's what we're supposed to do. Is we're supposed to earn our wages. We're supposed to earn our food righteously. We're supposed to do it as Yahuwah wants it, without stealing, without wicked gain, and by fervently working. And for those that have fields and can plant, I urge you guys to plant those fields to get some food growing, because there will be a time when you will need this food, when you work for this, when your work will pay off, and you will be thanking Yahuwah that He blessed you with the wisdom to plant the food.
Verse 27. A wicked man digs up evil, and in his lips there is a burning fire. There is as a burning fire, excuse me.
So when you hear a person speak evil, and you know that this person is full of malice and full of wickedness, then you will understand that it is a burning feeling. It is a very evil feeling to hear someone speak of this evil. It burns when you hear the evil. It just brings you closer to hellfire. When you hear this thing, it moves your soul away from what is important, which is the Torah, and focusing on Yah.
Verse 28. A froward man sows strife, and a whisper separates chief friends. The NIV says, a perverse person stirs up conflict, and a gossip separates close friends.
So, yeah, there are people that will spread rumors, and that's something why Yahuwah said, stay away from false matters, don't go in groups of rumors.
Yeah, and He also said, don't be a talebearer, don't be the person that slanders, don't be that kind of person. Those are commands, because He knows it separates friends. When you say something to someone, and it's not true, and then that person doesn't believe them anymore, and those people have issues, they're no longer friends anymore, they no longer trust each other. And Yahuwah says to stay away from these people. And these evil people could be you. You could be the one saying the stuff, but when you say stuff, make sure you say everything with the truth, and you're not slandering other people. Because if you say someone evil about someone to someone else, and they were friends, or they knew each other, or something about that, and they go and question it, and then it's not true, and they don't trust each other anymore, or something happens and they don't believe each other, then they are going to become enemies.
And you can never take the words back you say. Words are some of the most important things that you can ever say, and they need to be righteous, they need to be holy. In 1 Peter, Peter says, when you speak of holy things, just as your Father said, be holy, for I am holy.
Verse 29. A violent man entices his neighbor, and leads him into the way that is not good.
So a violent man, and I would say a good translation for that would be, a man of wickedness entices his neighbor and leads him into a way that is not good. He leads him off the path of the Torah. He leads him into a life of sin, because that's what people of wickedness do. They try and get other people in so that they can feel justified, they can feel confident with their friends of wickedness, and that is something you have to absolutely watch out for, is people that try and entice you for the wickedness. And you can never say, yes, you need to be steadfast in the Torah, you need to be steadfast reading your Bibles, and knowing that you can say no to these people, that this will lose your soul, and that you must be confident standing on the ground that you have, knowing that Yahuwah has blessings for those who stay on His path, and if you go off on His path, you may get cursed and you may lose your soul.
Verse 30. He shuts his eyes to desire forward things, moving his lips to bring evil to pass. The NIV says, whoever winks with their eye is plotting perversity. Whoever purses their lips is bent on evil.
So it's kind of a basic thing. Like, watch out for people that like use some evil and they wink, like keep it a secret, things of that sort. And it's like, watch out for those people. Watch out for the people that are doing wickedness. Don't fall into that. If you see someone doing some evil, you need to confront them. You need to stop that evil right away.
Verse 31. The gray head is a crown of glory, if it be found in the way of righteousness.
So here, people with gray hair, you could be older, you could be somebody older, and you have gray hair, and it's a crown of glory. It is a great thing to have gray hair, if it is in the Torah, if you are founded in the Torah, if your foundation is in Yahuwah and His Word, then it is good. Then it'll be glory on your head, because you are wise. You are somebody who will be teaching the next generation, someone who can lead the generations, and someone who gives advice and examples and life experiences that they don't need to do.
And Shalom Solomon knows this very well. He says that gray-headed people, because they are elderly, they've been through things, they would have the best advice, they would know situations, they would be able to tell you their life stories and what you can do differently so that you don't make the same mistakes. And that's why he says if it is in righteousness, because they will be able to help you move towards the Torah, and help you move towards your path of the Torah and get closer to Yah. If it is in righteousness, if it is part of the Torah. If not, it's going to be wicked things. You're going to hear devious things that were unholy to Yah.
Verse 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that rules his ruach than he that takes a city.
That's definitely another very powerful verse.
That's for us right here in this room.
Yeah.
We all pop off very angry. If someone says something to us, and especially each other, our brothers, we'll get very angry back. We are not slow to anger. That's something we're definitely working on. But it's probably something we deal with. We are very angry. It's better to be slow to anger than to be strong and mighty, be someone powerful. Because if you are powerful, then and and you're fast to anger, then there's no point because your strength and your anger will hurt somebody. You'll do something evil to somebody. But if you are slow to anger, you can control that and conceal that anger.
It says you are stronger than a mighty man, and that's a powerful thing to be stronger than someone that can rule a city, to control your anger, because natural human nature is to get angry when someone lashes out. When you hear something that is angering, that is a natural human thing, but able to control that makes you stronger than the strongest man around.
Verse 33. The lot is cast in the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of Yahuwah.
So, like we said before, people may have their lots, they may be sitting there gambling their things, but Yahuwah has a plan for everything. He is going to dispose of everything. He knows of who is righteous, who is not righteous, who needs rewarded, and who needs punished. He is dealing with everything. He has everything under his control. And that is why you absolutely have to keep the faith in him. That is why you have to have that's why you have to keep steadfast in the Torah and continue on giving him praise, because he will see you. He does see your afflictions. He does not miss a single child. He does not pass them by. He does not just see your affliction and then say, whoops, that's your deal now. No, he was watching his children. He is helping them. Whether you see it or not, he sends messengers around you. He sends his workers to watch over you, and that said in the Bible that there are messengers all around that we do not see, and that is why they're always reporting to Yah. They're always watching out, and Yahuwah sees these things. Yahuwah knows what it is, and that's why you have to keep faith in him, because he has the decisions. He knows how the end of it's going to go. He knows from the beginning to the end, and that's why we have to keep the faith in him, because if someone knows the way, we have to trust them to lead us to the end. We have to trust them to lead us to our destination, which will be the kingdom of Yah. Alright, well, that was the end of Proverbs 16. We thank you guys all for joining us. We are glad you could all be here with us. If you have any questions, please let us know. We will get back to them as soon as possible. We really appreciate you guys' voices, your guys' time, and everything that you guys could be here with us. And if you have any prayers, please let us know. Also, the Telegram group, we mentioned that at the beginning of the video.
If you're keeping Torah and you want to hang out in a group, well, we got it in Telegram. For those who don't know how to download Telegram, it depends if you have an iPhone or an Android. Android, go to Google Play. If you have an iPhone, what is the store? Is it called? App Store? Yeah, okay. We don't have iPhones. But if you go to the App Store, just go download Telegram. It's a little icon. I think it's a paper airplane. I think is what it is. It's a little blue paper airplane. It's called Telegram Messenger. Mm-hmm. So you just download it, and then our link is in the description. Once you log into Telegram, click the link in the description. It'll take you there. So that's how you get to our group.
All right. Thank you guys. We will see you guys next week, and we will see you guys actually tomorrow on our daily Yahuwah and the Torah videos. All right, guys. Shalom.
Shalom.